So for the most part, I'm going to try to do this in a voiceover and not like in the actual video, but yeah, so I am teaching some of my friends to make bullet journals, and I figured this might be a good way for them to just try to stay accountable whenever I can't be with them in the exact moment to work on it. I've never done this before. I don't have the setup for it, and I know that my lighting is terrible. Like, look at those shadows. But we're just doing our best, and I may archive this video after they complete their task, but we're moving forward. This is the planner that we started together, which I didn't even go back and finish the stuff that we did together. I just kept moving forward. So there's some unfinished things in here, but I also wanted to show you some of the finished things as we keep going. So, and this is my sticker book, so we'll get to that later, but for the most part, this is pretty blank. We started with this page that's supposed to be a sticker journaling sort of session where you add stickers in that you feel like represent who you are now, and then you find a sticker that would represent who you like want to be. Not that those apply, but that's kind of the goal here. I will do this exercise because I find it really therapeutic and fun, but I just haven't been in the right headspace for it. So our first month, I'm going to start, like our first page we're going to start with is the month page. I didn't even do my August cover page because I didn't go backwards and finish things, but this was for August, where we started with our goal map and separated our goal map into 3 categories. For me personally, it's the home category, the sewing category, and then any other goals that may fall in that don't fit into those 2 categories. On this page, I did my reasons to be proud, which I actually filled out this whole section this month, and that's very exciting. I feel like there was a lot to be proud of this year, and that's really cool. And then my habit tracker at the bottom, which I only ended up tracking 2 things, so next month I'll probably only do 2. This is my calendar, which I use more as like a memory journal keeping type of thing than like a calendar, although it's also a functional calendar, and you'll see as we continue moving on. I really like putting little doodles in that represent things that we did, that I want to remember that we did, or things that made me happy. I also messed up here, which we did this together and they know, so it's just another like, I just tried to push forward and keep moving on. But usually at the end of the month, because like we're on the 29th now while I'm filming this, at the end of the month, I'll go back and like add stickers in the empty spaces, especially to like cover up mess ups. So, like, this would be a good place for this big long sticker. Then I'll cover up that mess up. But to me, the dates don't matter as much after the fact. Just the memories on the dates matter. So I like to do it this way. And then this page I used to meal plan because my partner wanted to go on a diet, and so I had to like reframe every way that we made food. So this was my meal plan, and then this page was notes on my meal plan. But that's it for August. This is my August tracker, which I want to do, I figured I'd do on camera. This is a way for me to keep accountable for growth and also see trends on things that I'm enjoying to do. So I am going to use a Sharpie, or not a Sharpie, a highlighter, and I'm just gonna rate myself on a scale of 1 to 10 in these categories that I created for myself, because this is all for me and no one can tell me how to live my life except for me. I'm not gonna do all of this on camera because I feel like this is just a little bit intimate, but I do feel like I spent a good amount of time with my partner this month, so I will rate that at an 8. And I also feel like I was pretty intentional with my time with my kids this month, although probably not as much as with my partner, so I will rate that at a 7. I don't feel like I got to spend a lot of alone time. Quality time is my love language, so I like to try and spend it wisely. And then I never feel like I get enough time with my friends, so I'm gonna rate that as a 2. And then afterwards, because I don't like how this looks, I'll probably go in just as like a, actually I'm gonna use pink and trace these boxes just so that they look a little bit nicer. I don't know, something like that. Under the currently loving section, I will write like what I'm currently doing with my life, which We've been watching a lot of Dexter, so that would go under currently watching. I've been playing a lot of Skyblock, so that will go under currently playing. Stuff like that. So I'll fill that in off camera. But for the whole reason for this is it's time to set up September. So I've been using these Milky Liner markers I bought on Amazon for pretty cheap. It came in like a nice package with lots of different colors, as well as these UB fine liners, which I bought at Target in their back to school selection. It also came in a nice little container with lots of colors. So I like to just try to pick a color palette for the month. For September, I'm feeling like browns. I don't even know what these will look like though, so I'm gonna pull out the browns and like, I don't know, maybe like this one. We'll see what that looks like. And then in these markers, probably red and orange. And then I will take a test paper and just test out, because I have no idea what these colors are going to look like. I learned from last month that they don't always match what's on the tube. So then that way I have an idea of what's going on here. See, I like those. That's like a mauve. It's cool. And here is orange. I feel like this is nice. And red. Yeah, I think that looks cool. So I like to keep everything pretty simplistic when it comes to setting up my bullet journal, because I don't like to spend a lot of time making it pretty as much as I like to spend just doing the thing and keeping track of stuff. So I am going to just do a very simple September cover page, which is just going to be like that. Good enough for me. And if I feel more creative later on in the month, I may add some things to this, but usually I just let it go just like that. And then it's basically copy and paste for me. So I look back at the way I did my goal map, and then I used 2 colors. So I'm going to pick my 2 colors, which is going to be this. I like this mauve color a lot. Mauve and red. Let's do this. So I wrote goal map really big, and then I like to do with this thing just to mark where my line was. I just freehand this most of the time. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's one of the reasons why I never really aspired to make a bullet journaling social media account, because I feel like they get so caught up in the perfectionism, and you never really get to see like them using the thing. You know, they show you how pretty it is to set it up, and then they move on, and you don't ever really see it filled in. I have like mixed feelings about that, because I know that it can be filled with intimate things, and then people don't want to share that stuff online. I can understand that, but also I want to see it used. Maybe it's just me. Okay. It's such a pretty color. That looks horrible. For my calendar page, I have notes on my little grid roller here about how I create my calendar based off of the one that I made last month. I always forget which one's rows and which one's columns. Rows is this way. Columns is this way. I feel like I should get a pencil. I messed this up last. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. I like to start my calendars on Monday because that's how my partner likes to work. So in order to be in sync, I've been trying to train myself to do that. So I always write Monday and then Saturday, Sunday, just to remind myself. And then September starts on a Monday this year, which is exciting. And these extra spots down here, I usually fill it in with a washi tape. Just as a little bit of pop of color and a little bit of decoration. I don't remember where I got this washi tape from. Honestly, I thought it was just generic from like Michaels or Hobby Lobby until I see that it says Make a Joyful Noise on it. Now it's probably, yeah, Illustrated Faith. This is just old. But it's good. And then that's the only thing I'm going to create this on this video. Usually I like to finish my month with this tracker here, but I want to have some space pages in case I need to do anything else during the month after my calendar. So I'm just going to let that go, and then when it's time to plan for October's calendar, we can see if there's anything that I added. But I really want to see your pages, what pages you chose to add, what worked for you last month, what didn't work for you this month, and if you learned anything about yourself in the midst of this. So send me pictures and or video, and I would love to see what you create. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!